that we have. But as it is a tradition, let's take a quick breather. We'll return and begin to dissect these and other issues after the break. Stay with us.
From the views on the streets,
you go to bed empty hunger,
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lawn.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and pressure for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
You're welcome back. It is still 90.3 Voice of the People FM. Let's get started very quickly. So, in the news this evening, the Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja has overturned the judgment that barred the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) from releasing monthly federal allocation to Rivers State. Now, the appellate court justices had a split ruling on Friday today, as two ruled in favor of Rivers State government while one objected. Did you hear it? Okay. That is, out of the three judges that sat for it on this case, justices, two said, no, how can we say they should not give a whole state allocation because two people are having problem? And then one said, you know what? I no agree. May they cease the allocation. I hope I make you understand it better, right? Okay. So moving on, Governor Fubara had approached the Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja to overturn the judgment. Now, the governor, through his team of lawyers led by Mr. Yusuf Alisan, prayed to a three-member panel of the appellate court led by Justice Hama Barka to set aside a subsisting order of the Federal High Court that compelled CBN to withhold his state's monthly allocation. The governor claimed the High Court's judgment was given in bad faith. He had urged the appellate court to allow his appeal and nullify adverse orders that Justice Joyce Abdul Malik of the Federal High Court made against the state in the judgment she delivered in October 30, 2024. Well, it's been reported over time that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu led Nigerian government, this government backtracked after it first said it would halt the October monthly monthly allocation. They had said they were not giving them, but later on they gave. But a lot of people attributed going ahead to give them October monthly allocation to the fact that the case is already on appeal. So if it's in appeal, then that means if the case is on appeal, then that means status quo should be maintained pending the outcome of the appeal. I guess that's it. And we may be looking forward to the other party moving further to the Supreme Court. However, joining me in the studio this evening is Prince Francis Chilaka. Prince Francis, thank you so much for joining me and good evening. Unfortunately, Kenobi is a bit under the weather and he can't make it here today. Good evening and welcome.
Thank you.
Well done. So, let's talk about this.
About what?
The River State Governor winning the appeal of the stoppage of allocation.
You see, the point is, in the first place, the High Court had no jurisdiction on this case.
The High Court that gave the initial judgment.
Yes. Going by what transpired between then governor of Lagos State, who is now the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the federal government, when the Obasanjo government decided to hold back the allocation due to the local governments, because the then governor created local governments, which he now turned to LCDA. So these are clear things. I remember I said here before that, it will not stand. That the High Court does not have the powers to ask the federal government or the agencies of the federal government not to give. Now, we're not even talking about local government alone. We're talking of state allocation. We're talking of state allocation. So I think it's unfortunate that there are people in Rivers State who claim to love the state, but they want to plunge the state into anarchy. Yes.
Okay, but looking at this issue, the court has been quick to begin responses on these other issues. But remember, there is a very important case still before the court, which is the case that decides the fate of the 27 lawmakers that defected from PDP to APC. The case that will decide if they are still members of the House of Assembly. How come the court is yet to hear that case?
I think the judiciary, to a large extent, is becoming a problem to the nation. It could be that judgment is being delayed because the Constitution is clear on it. But that is why I keep saying that Constitution needs to be shredded. The Constitution is clear on it, but the Constitution also creates an avenue for people to take advantage of it. And that advantage is what the politicians are taking. Because the Constitution says that when you leave the party that gives you a ticket, you automatically lose that seat. And then the same Constitution says that you can leave your party into another party
if there is crisis.
That is the advantage. That is what the politicians are holding on to. And Nigerian politicians...
But they've not been able to prove that there is crisis in PDP.
Are very cunning, very selfish, and very wicked. So they look for anything that would satisfy them and that would take care of them. It's not about the people. That clause in the Constitution shouldn't have been there. It should be straightforward. You can't win an election through Party A, and then you leave Party A, and you move to Party B, and you retain that seat. Because the way you see it, it's playing out in the National Assembly. Before you know it, you're going to have one-party state. Because all those who were elected under Labour Party, for instance, they are gradually decamping to APC. But if it was such that you decamp and you lose your seat, people will not decamp. And that's why we're saying that the electoral law and the Constitution, they are the bane of our problem.
All right, so where then lies the fate of the Rivers people right now with all of this back and forth? Because the people, the constituents of these 27 lawmakers, in fact, the entire House of Assembly constituents are in their need of representation, because it doesn't look like any legislative function is effectively going on in Rivers State. Is that not at the detriment of the masses?
It comes back to the fact that the people have lost their sovereignty, because if sovereignty belongs to the people, those elected will be very careful with the things they do. But people are just acting anyhow. They're acting as if there are no laws, nothing to hold on to. Nobody should challenge them. And it is very, very wrong. It is very, very bad, because the whole thing about checks and balance has been thrown to the dogs. So when you have a situation like this, you ask yourself, the people who came out to vote, what are their benefits? What are their rights? The rights of the voters expires the day those people are sworn into office. Before the election, the people have power. The people have sovereignty. But after the election, the representatives or the elected officials now own the sovereignty as against the people.
So do you see Wike's team taking the case further to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court, perhaps reverting to the judgment of the High Court?
No. The Supreme Court won't do that. I know that because there's already a judgment. It may not be of the same, but there's already a judgment in that state that's between Governor Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the federal government, and he won. So I don't think the Supreme Court will go against its own ruling, because that will be giving two different rulings for one situation. I don't think that.
Okay, all right. Many wondered that this case, it's like a situation where two elephants are fighting, because at the end of the day, people are looking at the possibility of the CBN actually withholding allocation for the entire state because of this tussle. That means salaries will not be paid.
But the CBN won't do that right now.
They were almost going to do that in October.
No, because they didn't do it. I mean, the federal government did it. It's not that the CBN.
Do you think it was because of the appeal that the CBN did not?
Well, I think
continue with that.
No, I think Mr. President, in that aspect, also understands what played out.
Well, you think the president is involved in this here?
Obviously.
Oh wow.
Yes. The executive arm is involved, because there's no way the CBN will just carry out instruction, because who do they report to? The CBN takes directly from the executive arm. So I think they have also realized the fact that this is what played out in Lagos and the federal government. So everybody in that state, everybody's being careful. But I think that it is high time that those who call themselves Wike camp should give peace a chance and allow the governor of Rivers State to deliver the dividends of democracy to those who elected him into office.
All right. So that means that we're expecting changes.
We should.
Okay.
Because right now, Labour Party has also asked the National Assembly, and I think they've gone to court, asking for the seats of their representatives who decamped to APC to be declared vacant.
There was a lot, but speaking about that, lots of Labour Party members are currently decamping. Lots of them.
Do you know why? The truth of the matter is that people who got elected under the platform of Labour Party were not Labour Party members. These are people who just used the name of Peter Obi to win election. Voters don't know them. So voters were voting LP. So they believe that these are people who have the same ideologies like Peter Obi.
So it was the LP bandwagon that
it was simple. That's what played out.
All right. Speaking about Nyesom Wike, the Senior Special Assistant on Public Communications and New Media to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, Larry Olayinka, has disclosed that 9,532 people are owing on land allocation to them in Abuja. So Olayinka disclosed that former military head of state Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, IBB, is owing 152 million naira for a plot of land in Asokoro area of Abuja. He also revealed that former Benue State Governor Samuel Otom, Wike's friend by the way, is owing 950,000 naira for a plot of land in Bazango, while Aminu Tambuwal, the senator representing Sokoto South, owes 18 million naira for a plot of land in Karaway, Dallas. Posting on his social media handle, Olayinka wrote 9,532 people owing land allocation to them, owing on lands allocated to them in Abuja. So does this justify what is going on, the revocation of lands? So let me even quote him further. So he said they have 2 weeks to settle their outstanding bills. Among those listed, he mentioned IBB and all that. I said other notable, he mentioned them. Yes, and then he said if you are among the 9,353 people, go and pay. Okay, so
I just see comedy playing out in Abuja. You take a man who doesn't portray seriousness, who talks anyhow, who behaves anyhow, and you make him the minister of FCT, and he's going about doing all manner of shenanigans. Now they are trying to justify why they had to demolish people's houses and why they had to take over people's properties. I mean, if lands are allocated to people and they have not paid, I think the right thing to do is to ask them to come and pay, and do it in a very professional manner, not clandestinely the way things have been done in Abuja right now. Because at the end of the day, you're going to find out that if these if another government comes in, there's going to be a lot of legal issues, quite a lot of legal issues, because people that you're revoking their plots will go to court. And I can assure you that there are going to be many court cases, regarding the revocation of lands, regarding the demolition of properties in Abuja. So publishing that on his X handle and whatever is Wike's essay trying to say that previous ministers do not have records of the land allocated to people in Abuja or what. So for me, these are not excuses. Wike has done some things that are not proper by revoking people's lands and by demolishing structures. He should find a way to, amend his ways and not. Unfortunately, our political class, they never say sorry. They are always right.
All right. So, people on River State say that something close to this, or similar to this, happened in River State, where some properties were revoked and used for other sorts of infrastructure by the sitting governor then, Nyesom Wike. An example is the popular market in Oginigba in River State, around Transformadi area of River State, that he used to build his mall. As I speak, the now local government chairman of that area has locked that hypercity mall, and it's not been functional. And I think so he said he has threatened to give back the land to the people of Oginigba so that they'll continue their businesses. So a lot of people are saying, okay, this looks like he's talking trade. That is something he's used to. Because remember when he was asked about whether or not these lands will be reallocated to people, especially not his cronies, or if these lands would be used for federal projects. Yeah. But he did say something about it. And where he even did say, I will give it to my friends. And if I give it to my friends, is it my enemy I will give it to? So should people be worried about this nepotism if that is what it is?
People should be worried. I think over time we've had quite a number of governors who have seen land grabbing as a way of life. I remember that at a point in time, the Imo State governor was also embroidered in land grabbing, where lands allocated to people were revoked and reallocated. And then Wike too was involved when he was in River State. Now he's in FCT, the same thing is going on. So I don't know why our politicians like to grab land. And at the end of the day, it is just 6 feet. They'll put the person. At the end of the day, just a small parcel. If you take all the land, you build, if you like, build an estate, you will only sleep on one bed and in one room.
So you think this is an attempt in grabbing people's land?
That is what it is.
Okay.
That is what it is.
All right. So let's move on to other issues very quickly. We move straight to matters concerning Dele Farotimi now, as Afe Babalola law firm in Ibadan has confirmed the submission of a petition to the Legal Practitioners Disciplinary Committee seeking the removal of prominent lawyer and human rights activist Dele Farotimi from the registrar of legal practitioners in Nigeria. To remove him from the register, that he should not even be there. So the petition alongside alleges that Farotimi violated several provisions of the rules of professional conduct for lawyers in the country. Speaking anonymously, a lawyer from the firm stated, quote, now, while I am not officially permitted to comment extensively, this petition is not targeted at one individual alone, but is about preserving the integrity of our legal system. He continued and he says, if we allow such behavior to go unchecked, it undermines the trust the public places in us as legal practitioners, upholding the highest ethics.
First and foremost, I don't know who this lawyer is, but as it is today, the Nigerian people do not trust the judiciary. There's a very big trust deficit between the judiciary and the Nigerian people. And, it is very obvious. A lot of judgments that has come out of the courts has kept people wondering what kind of judicial system we have. Also, I am not a lawyer, but I'm quick to ask this question. I hear that when a case is in court, you're not meant to do any other thing. You are meant to wait. Now, they have a case in court. They have not allowed the court to sit. and decide. Now they're doing another thing. It's not the impunity Dele was talking about. It's not the abuse of process he's talking about. I tell you, it is not Afe Babalola that is on trial in this whole thing.
Oh, you think this is about it's? Well, he said.
It is not him. It is the Nigerian judicial system that is on trial.
So why is he the only person fighting? I mean, why does it look like it's
There must
Lawful
always be one
Maloney's-
person that fights a cause. You can't have 20 people fighting one cause. There must be one person who
But
stands up.
what will it mean if he eventually gets disbarred because of this case? What will that mean?
Well,
Because they have written.
They have written, but I also believe that the body they have written to would not take any action until the case is in court.
You think they won't take any
They
action?
won't. That is the right thing to do. If they take any action, then they have also told Nigerians that the process, the legal process, is no longer working. It's like you having somebody, you're in court with somebody over a property that is in dispute. And while the case is in court, because you feel that, or you think you win the case, you go and start laying foundation. It's not a breach in the process. So that is what they are doing. But like I said, this case is not about Afe Babalola. It's about the Nigerian judicial system. And I hope it doesn't play out like, the one between the late Gani Fawemi and is it Rotimi Williams. This case is looking something like that, where the late Gani took Rotimi Williams to court. And don't forget, Rotimi Williams was regarded as the law. But at the end of the day, Gani Fawemi dealt with him and brought him down. And that was when we actually had a semblance of a good working judicial system. So I am hoping that this case will run its full course. Dele has said that he has his evidences and that he's asked that nobody should beg for him. So let's see how it plays out.
Okay, so
The masquerades have just started coming out.
okay, so with all that is happening, all the drama, surrounding this conversation, the fact that there is a court order already stopping the sales, distribution, further publishing of the same books, in fact, seizure of already sold ones, and then there is also the case, the denial of bail, as it were, at the meantime, or his detainment. There is also the case of this asking that he's disbarred. Do you see
The
Dele?
disbar is not a case in court. Let us get it right.
It's not a case in court.
Good.
It's a case before the council. But do you think that he can win this?
No. The council itself, if they go ahead to do that, then it means that the council is not following due process. You're a journalist. You know that when they say when the case is in court, what do they say? Everybody, status quo remains. Now, if you're saying that, I heard the court saying that they're giving DSS, police, everybody the right to seize and conquer, grab it and run. That means a lot of people with their phone will be collected from them. Because a lot of people have downloaded it on their phones. People have downloaded it on their email addresses. People have downloaded it on their laptops. So that means that you have to actually shut down the internet to be able to get these books out. The internet never lies. So I don't know how they want to stop it. The moment you try to stop something, that is when you actually create appetite for it.
So remember, there is also a case, an alleged case of seizure of funds from proceeds of this.
Where are they going to seize the funds? Where?
Okay.
I need to. Are you going to
All
go
the
to?
proceeds from the sales.
From how? How? Except you're going to go to all the bookshops in Nigeria where the books are sold and collect the money from those who are selling it.
Sold in Amazon.
So you go to Amazon to collect the money. We're talking as if Amazon is like Nigeria where, nothing works. There are due processes. And they will follow due process.
But is the money not supposed to be remitted back to Deliverer to me at the end of the day? So that means that stops just to access his account or seize the funds from his account.
When the fund is when it is done now, but before then, what else? See, for me, this whole thing, like I said, Afeba Balola is 95. Sometimes there are things you don't. There's an age you get to, you allow a lot of things to go. There's an age you get to. Wisdom is profitable to direct. And I'll tell you this for free. If Afeba Balola had closed its eyes to that book, nobody would have said anything. Nobody would know. People, Nigerians, yes. How many Nigerians really read? Few Nigerians read. If he had closed his eyes to it, nobody would have said anything. Nobody would have even known a book was written. People just discuss it, in their WhatsApp groups, on Facebook groups, and But the moment the moment he was, abducted and taken to Ekiti, people started asking questions. And that was when people started looking for the book to read. So, it's a simple thing. This whole thing, all I know is that it is the judiciary that is on trial and not Afeba Balola.
All right, so let's move on to other conversations right now. Still speaking about this, as it is, members of the Pan-Yoruba Socio-Political Organization of Afenifere has paid a visit to denied human rights activist Deliverer Rotimi at the Correctional Center in Ado-Ekiti today, Friday. Now, the group also expressed disappointment over the decision of the magistrate's court to deny Rotimi bail. Afenifere's Deputy Secretary General, I'm sure you'll be asking me which of the factions of Afenifere now, because you do that. The Deputy Secretary General, Alade Rotimi confirmed that the delegation was sent by the national leader, Chief Ayo Adebanjo, to check on Farotimi, who is a member of Afenifere's national caucus. Now, Rotimi John, in a statement, said, on behalf of their national leader, Chief Ayo Adebanjo, the national caucus leader of Afenifere paid a solidarity visit to Mr. Deliverer Rotimi, who is a member of the national caucus of Afenifere, at the Ado-Ekiti Correctional Center to deliver a private message from Chief Adebanjo and to inquire about his well-being. He also expressed dissatisfaction with the chief magistrate handling of the way the chief magistrate handled Farotimi's case, stating that it was unjust for the magistrate to have refused to grant bail for a bailable offense, especially since Farotimi's detention was already considered a miscarriage of justice. So Afenifere, quoting him, he said Afenifere will wait to consider its next line of action after the ruling of the chief magistrate on December 20. So he said. So I'd like to take get your take on it. Clearly mentioned miscarriage of justice was mentioned there.
What has happened?
So should there have been a mediation, considering that they are all brothers?
Well, when you say mediation, you saw how people blew out of proportion the visit of Peter Obi to Afeba Balola and to Dele. Now, the thing is, what has happened to Dele right now with the magistrate is what happens to every ordinary Nigerian. Most magistrates are, they're too fast to send you to a correctional center. Most magistrates. And this has to be checked. If you go to, for instance, Ikoyi prison, you'll be shocked at the number of people there that are waiting trial. And then you ask, what are their offenses? Most of them are these boys they catch on the street selling, hawking food items and all of that. You have a problem with your neighbor, and your neighbor has, what do you call it? It has connection with the police and all of that. Before you know it, they give you sometimes the magistrates will give you a stringent bail condition that you cannot meet. So the National Judicial Council, they need to look at the way the magistrates are operating in this country. It's very important. Now, talking about not granting bail. After all, your court just a man that is alleged to have stolen 18 billion from his state coffers. And that is a criminal offense, isn't it? Stealing, embezzlement, corruption. When the court gave him a condition of 500 million, what kind of justice system are we running in this country?
Shouldn't he have gotten bail?
And that's
Even
some,
if he's a criminal.
80 billion. That's the same way you
80 million. 80 million.
80
80
billion.
billion, 500 million.
That's the same way, what's his name? Your former aviation minister was also granted bail. So long as you have a system that really does not punish people for crime committed, nothing would really work in this country. So, if you look at what is playing out between Dele and Afe Babalola, you will know that to some extent people will think that Afe Babalola has an upper hand. I don't think he does. If you ask me, I think Dele is prepared for what is going on. I think he just wants to be that scapegoat. I honestly believe that. I honestly believe that he has decided to sacrifice himself to ensure that we have a working judicial system.
But can that be achievable with the way things are turning out?
Jesus Christ made sacrifice for you and I, isn't it? To my Muslim brothers, Muhammad made sacrifice. At every point in time in history, somebody must make that unique sacrifice. And usually it is said that that sacrifice is made so that others can learn and others can be happy. Maybe that's the sacrifice Dele is making. Maybe this whole thing would help us to have a formidable judicial system at the end of the day.
Okay, but the current Chief Justice of Nigeria had said that she's going to fight and handle the corruption in the judicial system, and that everyone knows her to be an incorruptible person. So, considering what is going on with this case, do you expect that she steps in to do something about it, even though the MBS also corroborates the corruption in the judiciary?
You see, Precious,
Sir?
I said I don't want to be talking about your CJN. The CJN was involved in miscarriage of justice in Imo State when number 4 became number 1. He who comes to equity must come with clean hands. Until that history is rewritten, there's nothing about integrity you will talk about that will resonate with me. Nothing. Everybody from Imo State feels the pain. The whole thing going on in Imo State today started when that judgment was delivered. So please, if you want to talk about the judicial system, let us be hopeful that the right thing will be done, but I don't see anything spectacular coming out from that quarters right now. I do not.
Okay, I rest my case. All right, moving on to other issues. Now, remember the chairman of the Code of Conduct Bureau, the one that's more like oversaw the ousting of Justice Onoye. Yeah. So President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Attorney General of the Federation, and the Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, including the Senate President Godswill Akpabio, have all been dragged before a federal high court in Abuja, of course, by Danladi Umaru as chairman, for removing him as the chairman of Code of Conduct Bureau, Code of Conduct Tribunal. And the president and 10 others were sued by 2 civil society groups, Community Rescue Initiative and Total Concerned Citizens Relief Foundation, as well as an Abuja-based lawyer, Comrade Nasir Bala. The 3 plaintiffs are praying the court to restrain the clerk of the National Assembly from transmitting to Tinubu the concurrent resolution of the Senate and House of Representatives, which removed Umar as chairman of the Code of Conduct Bureau. Bottom line, remember that both the Senate and the House of Reps have both, agreed or unanimously said that, he's got to go because of the cases before him. But these bodies have come together to say that, please stop the 2 bodies, the legislatures from furthering the resolution to the president and for him implementing it. Do you see this happening?
These two, sure you call them CSOs, I mean?
Yes, please.
That are asking the court to, where were they when the man was appointed? What role did they play in the appointment? If I'm correct, the president is the one who nominates and sends to the Senate for confirmation, isn't it?
Yes, please.
So what role did they play in the nomination?
No, remember that he's not the Senate. He's been the CCT chairman since Buhari's tenure.
It doesn't matter. Are you saying that the president and the Senate do not have a right to revoke any appointment?
No, but he has to, finish up his tenure.
What gives you, what do you mean finish up his tenure? Is it in the law that you must finish up your tenure before you are relieved of your appointment?
It is legal.
Who says it's legal?
Shouldn't it be legal?
It is not. It is at the behest of the president to decide who to work with.
No, it is legal that he has to finish his tenure.
It is at the behest of the president to decide who to work with and who not to work with. You see, for me, if it is the man that has gone to court, it's a different thing. But if you're telling me CSOs and the lawyer have gone to court and all of that, it's just hogwash. For me, it is. When people get appointed and when they get relief from the appointment, it shouldn't be an issue for confrontation. It shouldn't. So you just take it in good faith. You're serving the nation. You're not serving yourself. You're serving the country. And if the country says they don't want your services, must you impose yourself on them? So all this, when things happen, you just you see too many CSOs forming here and there and all of that. They are all hatchet job. They are all people who are working for the same person. We know how it works in the system. I think the right thing for the man to do is that if the president and the Senate are saying that your services are no longer needed, bow out honorably and let it go. Except there is something else. Except there are some benefits in that office that you feel you are still entitled to.
All right. Okay, that's a long matter. I don't want us to delve into the reason why the House decided to oust him, but we'll look at that matter perhaps in another day. But let's move on to other issues. We hear that the board of the World Bank Group is expected to meet and decide on approving 500 million naira loan to Nigeria today, Friday, to boost rural access and agricultural marketing in the country. Now, according to information from Washington-based institution, according to information made available, we do hear that, I think that was information made available yesterday. We hear that the loan is for a rural access and agricultural marketing project scale, more like a scale up. So it is designed to bridge the gap between rural communities and the broader marketplace. Bottom line, we're taking this loan to be able to ensure that when village people produce their $500 million, so that when people produce their goods in the village, we can be able to, there can be a synergy between them and the urban communities where they push out their goods to sell. So he said it's designed to bridge the gap between rural communities and the broader marketplace, facilitating smoother access to agricultural markets, schools and hospitals, and promoting social cohesion among rural populations. The World Bank is expected to approve the loan projects from 500 million by Friday today. So okay, so you know that it was reported earlier that the federal government was negotiating with the World Bank for the loan. Now, according to a document on the loan seen by Newsben, it states that states willing to participate in the project are required to have a fully functional road fund and roads agency with appointed boards and staff and provisions for administrative costs in the state budget. The documents noted, in fact, there's a lot, but the problem here isn't about this document. The problem is about the execution, the utilization of most of these funds when they're collected. Nigerians are beginning to worry. Nigerians are reacting towards it that all of the monies that the World Bank has given to Nigeria, how do they monitor such funds to ensure that Nigeria use it, put it to good use, or for the exact purpose that they took the loan for?
You know, when you say you're picking up a loan to mediate, more or less to mediate in the agricultural sector, isn't it?
Yes, please.
And then, you know, I ask myself this question as a Nigerian today: how many communities are going to farm? Where are the farmers? Where are the products that are being farmed? It's one thing to collect a loan bogus name, but it's another thing to be able to utilize it for what it's meant for. Is it the farmers that are being killed daily by bandits and terrorists? Is it the farmers that are being asked to pay taxes before they can harvest their crops? Is it the farmers that when they harvest and the crops are coming to town, you have various checkpoints where they are being taxed to pay money and all of that? I think, like I keep saying, this government is putting the cart before the horse. What they need to do first, before picking up this loan, is to fight the insecurity in the land. Let those who are living in IDP camps go back to their homes, their ancestral homes. Create an enabling environment, tackle insecurity so that farmers can go back to farm. When farmers go back to farm, then you can begin to talk about, you know, that bridge of their products getting to the people. Don't forget that the road networks are not there. The train networks are not there. These are issues that should be addressed. At the end of the day, this facility, this loan will be collected and nothing will be heard of it. Nothing, absolutely nothing.
So you do not believe that the loan will be utilized?
No. The one they have collected before, Precious, have they given Nigerians account of it? How it was utilized? You know, like people are saying, it's like the World Bank enjoys giving loan, and they don't get involved in whether the loan is applied or utilized for what it's meant to. So there's a lot that the World Bank needs to do. You know that if you go to any of our commercial banks today to ask for a loan, by the time they finish asking you for your documentations and all of that, you know, if it is you're collecting a loan to build a factory, they will appoint their own independent consultant to monitor the growth of that business. If World Bank was doing that, honestly, a lot of loans they're giving to Nigeria, they will not approve it. But then, the World Bank is there for business. The interest will be paid. And who are those who will suffer the repayment of this loan? All Nigerians. So I'm beginning to wonder how much. We're still in 2024. Few weeks to a new year, they're collecting a loan. By the time we enter 2025, I wonder how much loan this government will be collecting.
Okay. All right, so we'll move on to other issues very quickly. So just before we open the phone lines, Vice President Kashim Shettima is off to Dubai, United Arab Emirates, to represent President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the inauguration and naming of $315 million oil production and storage facility. So Mr. Stanley Mkwocha, Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Communications, Office of the Vice President disclosed this to Newsmen today, Friday. Kocha explained that the facility, which is fully Nigerian-owned oil and gas company acquired by Oriental Energy Limited, is scheduled for commissioning on December 14th, tomorrow. So he said that after the event in Dubai, the Vice President will proceed to Saudi Arabia to perform Al-Lasa Hajj Umrah in the Holy City.
So the company is a Nigerian company?
Yes, fully owned Nigerian company, but in Dubai.
Owned by the Nigerian people or the Nigerian government?
Say it's fully owned Nigerian company. That's what
We
the
need to
report
know who
says.
the owners are. And we need to know of what importance that company is to Nigeria. How can you set up a huge, gigantic Nigerian company in Dubai and Nigerians in Nigeria are looking for employment? It's an oil company, isn't it?
Yes.
Where is the oil? Where is the crude oil? Is it not in Nigeria? Precious.
Oriental Energy Limited.
The crude oil is in Nigeria, isn't it?
Yes, please.
So what stops them from setting up the headquarters of that company in Nigeria and then have branches outside Nigeria? What stops them? If it is owned by government, is it not a misplaced priority? Because I'm trying to understand of what economic value that will be to the Nigerian people, to the Nigerian youths who are coming out of universities every year in their thousands and yet cannot get employed.
So I think Oriental is owned by Dr. Indimi. And so if Alhaji Dr. Muhammad Indimi.
So why did he not set up the company in Nigeria?
Is anything wrong with the Vice President going to represent him if he decided to? He's not the first person who may have owned an establishment in Nigeria, off the coast of the country. You were here when we heard that Owando was to buy the national refinery of Trinidad and Tobago. You also hear about the mortar blending
but nobody
plants.
Has accepted that Nigeria owns the mortar.
Dangote said it's not ours. So
yes, I said nobody has accepted that there's a Nigerian investment in mortar. Nobody. You see, for me, I don't have a problem with anybody setting up their companies offshore, but you must have that company in Nigeria, create employment in Nigeria, and then take it offshore. That's just me. I believe in when you say proudly Nigeria. Let us embrace proudly Nigeria. Dangote could as well have gone to Cotonou or Benin Republic to set up his refinery. But he did not. He set it up here in Nigeria to create employment for Nigerians. So why would some other person not do the same? Except you're saying that, the investment climate in Nigeria is not good enough. So if a Nigerian can go abroad and set up such a company, why is Mr. President roaming around the whole world looking for investors to come to Nigeria?
Those ones are the ones that bring their money.
At home.
Those ones are the ones that bring their money from their
So this
countries
money
to
that they use now is not Nigerian money? What stops him from bringing the money to Nigeria?
Are you saying that it's not good enough for the Vice President to use a tax fund to travel?
It is not. You should, that it is totally at the point in time when Nigerians are suffering, at the point in time when there is hunger in the land.
But he's going to support Nigerian-based business.
We need to learn to cut our coats to the size of our material. This government is being reckless with spending.
So what is wrong with supporting a Nigerian-owned business?
Does that business have semblance of it in Nigeria?
I think there is.
Where?
There should be. There are lots of oil and gas businesses in Nigeria.
No, if it does, nobody has heard about it.
So if it doesn't, then one should not own a company abroad?
See, for me, if you're owning a company abroad, you don't need Mr. President to come and witness or Mr. Vice President to come and witness your commissioning or opening of that company. Open your company here in Nigeria, invite the president to come. It's cost-saving measure. It creates employment for the ordinary Nigerians. It adds value to the lives of Nigerians. So if the president has been going from one country to another asking them to come and invest in Nigeria, and Nigerians are going abroad to invest, then something is critically wrong. That's my own argument. Something is wrong. I can't be asking you to come and invest in my country, and people from my country are going abroad to invest. So how do you marry it? There's no meeting point. Because the message is that Nigeria is not a conducive environment for investment. That is just the message.
All right, Lagos phone lines are open. Let's begin to take your calls, thoughts, and reactions towards the conversations we've had tonight. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. 0700 903 903 903. 0817 175 6338. These are the numbers to call. Let's begin to take your thoughts and reactions on them. And while in case you're just joining us, let's quickly run you through the hot topics that we've had tonight. I just told you that Shetima departs for UAE to inaugurate an oil facility that is owned by Nigeria. In fact, we hear that the name of the facility is what's the name of the facility again now? Oh dear, pardon me, I have to get that name. Okay, yes. So that the company is fully owned. It's fully. It's an oil and gas company acquired by Oriental Energy Limited, and it's scheduled to be commissioned tomorrow. So Oriental, I think Oriental Energy Limited is a Nigerian company that has just acquired this oil and gas company in the United Arab Emirates. So it's a good one that we're buying properties across the world. But let's move on to other issues. Still on the hot topic, I told you the World Bank may have likely approved 500 million naira loan to Nigeria today. And that fund is supposed to use to bridge the gap between the rural and urban communities in terms of agriculture, schools, hospitality, hospitals, and all of those. And then I also told you, we talked about the PDP crisis and perhaps why they lost. We didn't really get to analyze it. But court admits Hayabele to 500 million naira bail, returns him to Kuje prison, right? And then we told you that the Code of Conduct Tribunal chairman has been people that are his supporters, CSOs and other organizations, including lawyers that support him, have now taken the president, the AGF, Akwabi, and the rest of them to court. Go removal. Okay.
It's all about interest.
Revocation. IBB owing 152 million naira, Tambawa 18 million, and Otom also owing some money for Abuja plots of land allocated to them. Wike's aid has now revealed. So go and pay your money. No money collect your property now. You start shouting, eh? Afenifere visits the Lefaro to me, criticizes magistrate for denying bail. And then I also did tell you that Afe Babalola petitions LPDC. LPDC is Legal Practitioners Disciplinary Committee. He has petitioned them seeking for the Lefaro to me to be disbarred. That is make you not be barrister again. Made them come out in legal license. Make you know they operate again as a lawyer. So made them come out. And then we told you that Rivers Governor Fubara wins Wike or Wike's camp or Wike's team as in Court of Appeal, as court has now ruled against the stoppage of federal allocation. Remember that they were almost close to not getting October allocation, but God helped them. They got it. And now the Court of Appeal has said, no, you can't stop an allocation to an entire state for whatever reason. Phone lines are open, Lagos, 0700 903 903 903 0817 175 6338. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, you're welcome. Help me turn up the volume of your radio set, sir. Welcome.
Okay, I do that.
No, the volume is too high now. God, do you like it?
I'm already off it now.
All right, thank you. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
God bless you for your program. And all the gentlemen who used to go into the
Is that what?
program.
Okay.
I think may God bless you and bless all the gentlemen
Thank
that
you.
you used to bring to your program.
Thank you.
My question is that all this analysis that all our analysis used to do, did the federal government listen to it?
Oh, wait.
And what is their action?
Yes, they listen.
Because like Mr. Barrister Darlington is always shout and cry. And upon that, thing is still so difficult in the outside country. And another thing that these people, by eventual, the government calls them and give their appointment, are they still going to pressurize and talk truth like this?
If the government did what?
If
what?
government calls them and give their appointment, will they be able to tell us all this truth?
I wouldn't know for them now. Prince Francis Chilaka said, if they give you appointments, will you keep saying the truth?
I believe in speaking truth. I've always been doing that.
Because I have somebody at the airport, they call a minister. This guy used to shout. Now he cannot be able to talk to a common man again. That is my concern. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Everybody have what they're looking for. Everybody have their way of life. So, if you feel that because you're given an appointment, you can no longer speak truth to power, then you are not what you else.
All right, let's take a quick break at Lagos. So continue with your calls and reactions after the break. Stay with us.
Moments to live, create and make believe. If it ain't graceful like royalty, trust your gut, it's not regal. Feel it flowing through, tastes so good, so you let go and let your spirit thrill your senses. Open up a bottle of Regal Deluxe. We on some chilling things. Spirits up, Regal Gin in. Open up a new experience. Spirits up, Regal Gin in. So smooth and rich. Spirits up, Regal Gin in. Open up a bottle of Regal Deluxe.
Introducing Regal Deluxe Gin, a new taste for an enjoyable drinking experience. Drink responsibly. Regal, a natural gin crafted for your experiences.
Not for sale to persons under the age of 18. Drink responsibly.
Hear that? That's ice cubes falling into a glass. You're burning for a drink. A shot of that Regal Deluxe will do. You need that smooth chill down your throat. That tingle in your senses that makes you shut your eyes. Before you take a sip, you like to watch the spirit mix with the ice. You bring it closer. You taste it. That right there, that was a smooth moment. A redefining moment. Open your eyes and enjoy the new Regal Deluxe, a gin-flavored spirit drink. Regal. Crafted for your experiences. Not to be sold to persons under the age of 18. Drink responsibly.
Alright, Legacy, welcome back. It's still 90.3 Voice of the People FM. Phone lines are still open. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Good evening, ma.
Yes, sir, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you. First time caller.
Hey, where is my bell? Oh, hey, the bell has traveled. Oh, let me find it. Don't worry.
I'm a fan of VOP friend.
Only you like this, you are our fans. Oh yeah, let me give you the bell. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm enjoying the program this night.
I enjoy you too for calling. Thank you, brother.
Thank you. My concern concerning your other this slide is that you said something where the man this thing said something that why are they going to Dubai to establish a company while Nigeria citizens are here without no job?
No, they didn't establish. They bought an already existing company in Dubai. A Nigerian bought it.
We Nigerian citizens here, Nigerian masses are here looking for jobs to do. And you people always tell us that why are we finding a way to Europe to find our daily bread? So why are they buying a company or opening a company in abroad? So we here, we don't have jobs to do. So if that company is opening here, I think most of all we have a job. So that is my own concern.
Okay.
That's my own concern. That's my own contribution.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. All right. Phone lines are still open. Hello. Good evening and welcome. You people should be offing it now. Off it now. That volume. Be turning it off, please.
Joe from Bariga.
Joe, you're welcome.
See, when I get annoyed, you say I'm getting
Joe, what did I do
Which
again?
one they go get company for abroad?
Joe, be coming down now.
We don't talk about our unemployed youth here. Very many of them new graduates. Unemployed. We don't talk about unemployment again.
It is an individual that bought too.
What kind of one? You promise. You last time. I think about that time they had the international conference in Brazil. Brazil invested a company in. China invested a company in Brazil that employed 55,000 people at a go. Just of last month, that time they had the international conference in Brazil. They have been investing in Brazil. China have been investing in Brazil. Precious.
Sir?
You know that the fuel they are using in Brazil today, they manufacture it by with sugarcane. The fuel they are using in Brazil today is just from sugarcane. Look, if I want to cost, if I send that cost, I go say, thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Sorry. Now you should not just be using annoyance to call now, eh? Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, you're welcome, sir.
Yeah, my name is Innocent. I'm coming from Mamuo.
You're welcome, Innocent.
Precious, well done. I say, from you, first of all, I say congratulations for this Fubara and the River State people for getting their allocation and everything back to their normal. But also, we are a friend of River State. Because all my businesses, majority of my business is there. So I'm also losing for all those delay of payment.
Okay.
And for these people, all these private people who went outside to open their company, it's their right. Businessman have a right to go and open wherever they want to do. It's not a government business. I have Indians, I have Chinese who open companies in Nigeria. And the Nigerians are working, and their country people are not crying. Yes, if you have, you can share it half here or half outside the country. Because why am I saying this? For me, I don't see it as a bad business if you know that you are going to make a lot of things there. You went there and do your business and make your profit. Some of us that have company in Nigeria, our workers also, some of them are not doing well. If they are not living up to the expectation. Because when you fight here, you drag here with them. Whatever you send them, they are misbehaving. So sometimes if you get where you make your business and make your money, my dear, go out there and do your business. If you want to help somebody, can help. But for business, this is pure for business. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Prince Francis Chilaka, sir. What lines are still open?
I think it is. He doesn't understand my own point of argument. My own point of argument is the fact that the federal government is involved in it, in the sense that the federal government is wasting scarce resources to go and open an offshore company owned by a Nigerian. That is where I'm worried. That is, Nigeria. Don't we have ambassadors? Don't we have trade attaches and all of that?
So because
why wouldn't they be asked to do it? Why must the vice president Bonfuel go with our national carrier, our presidential jet, to Dubai? Why would he do that? Why? This is it's not cost-saving measure. So why do you have foreign liaisons who ordinarily should work there and represent the government? So this is the argument.
Okay. All right. Phone lines are still open. Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, please, welcome. What's your name, sir?
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
My name is Mr. Godwin, calling from Lagos.
Mr. Godwin, you're welcome. Go ahead, sir. Hello?
His analysis is very much.
You say what?
I say I've been listening to your radio station every day.
Thank you, sir.
I'm very happy to hear you. This is my first time of calling.
Hey, whoa. Now I see the talk small like that. Thank you.
I don't want to be shouting too. I'm not feeling fine.
Sorry. Don't shout. Welcome. Go ahead, sir. Network. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Maybe our parents not come to Nigeria. We don't know.
No, you can't say that.
We can do it because I've been going to Nigeria to say. I'm afraid though. Thank you, my sister.
All right, thank you too for calling. Hello, good evening and welcome. Thank you. No, you can't say that. Oh dear. Hello, good evening, and
You
welcome.
can do it because I've been following Borengo.
Hello. All right. I don't know if you can hear me over there. Good evening and welcome. Good evening. All right, phone lines are still open. The WhatsApp. Oh dear. Hello, good evening. Oops. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You're welcome. What's your name, sir?
Yeah, my name is Chris. I'm calling from Ajao. Good evening,
Prince,
Precious
you're
and
welcome. Good
Chilaka.
evening. Thank you.
Look, the problem I have in Nigeria is exactly what Priscilla has said. If, for instance, if World Bank, they are our problem, if they've given, when they want to give loan, they should monitor the loan. Very soon you will hear that they want to collect loan for chasing bandits and kidnappers, and they will not do anything. That is my contribution. Thank you.
That's short and simple like that. You don't want no long thing. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Hello, good evening. Hello. Oh dear, I lost that. Oops. I lost that. All right, phone lines are still open. 0700 903 903 903 0817 175 6338. These are the numbers to call. Do I have someone there? Hello, good evening. Hello. Okay. All right. So let me go to my WhatsApp messages because I have tons of those messages right now. This is good evening to you all in the studio. Ujo Michael from College Road. But I expected him to face and respond to the questions correctly regarding the grabbing of land and demolition of houses in the FCT. The politicians think they still have any value left in the eyes of Nigerians. The minister that one cannot call guy. Do you know how many of his father's age he has insulted before? Is this message for me? Okay, looks like it's for me. He said, Ogbebo, who owns the land Wike wants to allocate to his paddy? How old was he? Respect is reciprocal. Okay, all right. I see you. And then this here says, good evening, Precious, and the Prince Francis, your friend Andy from Pyongyang, North Korea. Here, my contribution to the discussion is I urge the Nigerian government to address the excessive military checkpoints in the southeast. It's becoming overwhelming. Keep up the fantastic work, Precious. You're doing great. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hello, good evening. Hello, are you there? So this my village people, they've started again. Immediately somebody said I called. I also have a relationship in River State. Boom, they start, All right. In this matter, it's not even Afe Babalola alone, Tinubu and Co. and major individuals that's fighting Farotimi right now. Atolagbe, Abionto sent in that message. Who told you this one?
I told you.
Afolabi. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Madam Precious.
Sir?
Yeah, I love your program.
I love you too. Thank you.
Yeah. So this World Bank giving loans to Nigeria, still they're not using it to develop the country. And I don't know why we are not talking. I don't know why people are not fighting for this. Is it not way that people that are in the diaspora they can do protests or maybe shouting for the World Bank to see how they can stop? You understand? The government. Because this is unfair now. They are robbing and frustrating Nigerians. Even the loan they are taking, even the what they call the thing they say they are using the loan to do, they are not using it to do anything. Like me, I like talking about person with disability because I'm also a person with disability. You understand? I'm that brother that you help to go for that first street, and I'm okay because of your this thing, your station.
Thank you.
You understand?
Just go ahead.
That for person with disability like this. If not that, government will not even see how they can help me to survive. You can see. So I don't know why they are not thinking like now. If you ask some of your callers abroad, how are they taking care of person with disability? You will see that person with disability are number one citizen in abroad. But yeah, I'm telling you, they are not taking care of me. They are not taking care of person with disability like people who have eye problems. Like me now, I'm suffering from eye problem. I cannot able to see. Not that I cannot see because I was not born with it. But still, yes, when we cry out to the government come and do this for us, they will not even show concern. And see, they are growing. They are growing. So what are we going to do? Please, Sister Pressure, I want this opportunity to appeal to you. This your outreach, this thing you want to run. Please, I want to be the number one beneficiary, please.
Why would you be number one when you've benefited before already? Someone else should not benefit.
You say this one is I. You say this one is I now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Be praying for me. Be praying for me
like,
to have the money to do it now.
I want to see again so that I can see the face of my wife and the face of my children. You understand?
worry,
I'm not
God
my
will
wife.
make
I've not seen her face. I've not seen my children's face. You understand?
What is the problem with your
I'm
eyes?
still looking- Eh?
What is the problem with your eyes?
And the eye I cannot be able to because my left one, he has dried off because of when my mom took me to where they went to do the surgery and park because we're not able to reach.
What is the eye
the
condition? What is the eye defect?
Okay, it's, what they call is corner.
Okay, it's not glaucoma because if it's glaucoma, it's irreversible.
Yes, corner, one of the eyes. The left one is dried up.
All right, then. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for calling.
So please, I need that sticker, please.
No problem. No wahala. When that time reach, we never reach. Now make we never scatter bicycle. We just buy.
You say what?
I say make we never scatter the bicycle. We never buy.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right.
God bless you.
Okay. God bless you too. Thank you. And then he says, see this politician jumping from one party to another. See, Wike can be trusted more than those who use Mr. P2B's name to win election. I said no to this evil act. I declare their seat vacant. The ruling party is on it again, or at it again, you mean, doing what they know how to do best. Nigerians are in one chance. Let them release Nnamdi Kanu. God bless VOP. Good evening, Precious. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Good evening to you too. Hello, good evening. Hello? Hello, are you there? All right, moving on to more messages. And this says, Precious, my name is Lobito. Unfortunately, Afa Babala is trying to open his more. Already, Delifaro to me is no longer a practicing lawyer. Baba has already failed in that direction. Oh, wow, really? Hello, good evening to you.
Hello.
Yes, please, you're welcome.
Good evening, Prince Chinaka.
Good evening.
My man of the year, I greet you, sir.
I greet you back.
And our ITC spokeslady. Our market.
Don't worry, you soon repent and give your life.
Now, Precious. Now, hello, Precious.
Go ahead, please.
Are you listening?
Very well, sir.
Okay, now, when I used to tell you that our judiciary has turned to cash and carry, you used to say that I'm saying the wrong things. But wait now. Okay, look at what happened to Yaya Bello and what happened to Delifaro Timi. One is a criminal case. The other one is not a criminal case. Now, you can see that you have laws for the rich and for the poor. It's very glaring that we are in a bad state as it is. The judiciary is on trial as it is now. They can't. It's glaring to all to everybody to see, even the whole wide world to see that Nigerian judiciary is corrupt. They have laws for the rich and for the poor. This is not how to do a rule of law. Look at the judgment that they gave in UK concerning the Korimadu, concerning that young guy, because they want to, because of the kidney transplant and every other thing. That is where justice is. But look at where we are here in Nigeria. Hello, are you listening to me?
I can listen to you. I can hear
Hello?
you. Yes, so Dayo, go
Hello?
ahead. Dayo, we can hear you.
You can see you can see that is what we call judgment there. But yeah, they used to do all this party loyalists and every other thing, and that's why we are not getting it right in Nigeria. It's just a shame that the worst of us is ruling the rest.
You don't come now. You don't come now. You have started. All right, Dayo, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay. He knows how to really end that badly. Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello? Yes, please. Hello? Your line is really bad. Please call me back. You wanted to say something, Prince Francis?
No, I said, when we look at the Nigerian justice system and we look at other countries, especially like Britain and US, you ask yourself, what kind of legal system are we running? I'll tell you this for free. If Ekweremadu was in Nigeria, obviously you know that there wouldn't have been a case. You and I know that. There wouldn't have been a case. So sometimes we all need to, hold our breath and think back and ask ourselves, are we, as Nigerians, are the leaders of this country really doing the right things? Those who are meant to dispense justice, are they really dispensing
But is it not the
justice?
same thing that the Dele Farotimi wrote that has landed him in? I want to know. Is it different from what Dele was talking about?
Well,
in
that's
the
what.
corruption?
No,
Or is it because he mentioned some cases that affected some people? I mean,
No. Even the case, like I said, the case he mentioned does not just affect some; it affects him. He was
Dele
involved.
himself. Okay.
Yes, it's something he is involved. It's like you talking about somebody you work with one-on-one, somebody you have an issue with. It's like a husband and wife case. He was involved, so it wasn't like something he heard from somebody. And that's where the whole thing is interesting. That's where the whole thing is interesting. I think they say, especially chapter 7 and chapter 8. That is where the whole thing is interesting.
Okay. All right, moving on. Precious, my name is Lobito. Unfortunately, Afe Babalola is trying to open. Okay, I think I've taken that message already. And then Nicia says, good evening, Precious. It is not possible is it not possible for Farotimi to write his book without mentioning name? What do we expect Baba Afe to do? To clap hands for him? Or what wisdom Bible says is profitable to direct? Next time, he should be careful to step on paws or toes. Emmanuel said so. So he would have alleged, or he would have written without mentioning
Nigerians
particular
have
names.
have been so intimidated. The intimidation started from the military. Now the political class is intimidating the people so badly. You see, what is playing now with Dele and Afe Babalola, it plays out in most corporate organizations where people do not have a say, where people cannot even say the things they're going through in those organizations. So it's, it doesn't mean that because you're working for somebody or because you are in the same profession with somebody or because you feel, oh, this person is older than. This issue of respect in Nigeria is a problem. It's a big problem. Because when we bring in respect and into whatever we're doing, people do a lot of atrocities, people commit a lot of atrocities under the guise of, I have to be respected. I already read several comments on social media. People say, why would you insult your elder? Why would you insult you? If your elder is doing something wrong, you have a right to, to tell that elder that is doing the wrong thing.
All right. Yeah, moving on again. Good evening, Precious, and your guests. You will agree with me that this government is, unfortunately, the politicians, INEC and judiciary, they are aiding and abating inches crime against the Nigerian people. That's how you wrote it. It's no longer news that the Nigerians have no single confidence in our judiciary. Precious, you know this. He came back from Mafoluku. As he get to call me, say me, I know. I'm like, I must agree. Say,
so he wants you to sue him too.
Do you? I say, that's defamation, right?
Sue him.
Did I tell him that I knew anything?
Sue
Okay.
him.
Do you know that World Bank DG is Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala's Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala? That's the thing. Do you know that World Bank DG is Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, who is from the southeast, knows more about her situation now? Let us get to her from her king men, not to approve. She's not. Ngozi is not.
What trade? Well, she's in what trade, please?
Trade.
Yeah, she's not in World Bank. Let's not
She's
confuse
not, please.
ourselves.
Okay. All right. Good evening, Precious. Let the politicians continue to deceive themselves. Precious, please stop being politically correct. Nigerians are hungry. Tinubu is busy traveling. Continue. I say what to say. Continue. APC. Make on whatever. Make on continue. And then Lisa says, so Afe Babalola can write the law profession to revoke a lawyer's membership when the professional body has been quiet over the misbehavior of the judiciary in the country called Nigeria. Why didn't Afe Babalola write the law profession to petition the judiciary as an elder statesman he wrote. To say, World Bank and IMF have never asked Nigerian government what they have been doing with all the money that they have been borrowing from World Bank and IMF since the beginning of Nigeria's democracy in democracy. Still, World Bank and IMF continue to borrow money to Nigerian government, who are not using the money they borrowed from to do for the purpose with which they say they're going to use it for, but rather to pay themselves jumbo salaries and exotic items or buy cars for consumption and, for their, you said a lot. He said, please, can World Bank and IMF now say that they are helping Nigeria or impoverishing Nigeria? Chinemere from Agbara wrote this. Let's go back to the calls. Hello, good evening to you and welcome. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, you're welcome, sir.
Good evening, Precious.
Thank you, you're welcome. Boyesen, right? Go ahead, sir.
Now I don't study Boyesen.
Sorry, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you. I love your program now. And it's because of the caliber of people you bring, those who speak the truth.
So you don't send me. If not me alone, you don't love me. Eh?
I love your program. And I love the people the most. I love them most, those who you bring to the program. You see, I think the person in your guest is Prince Chile Akavi.
Yes, please.
Yes, he's one of them. I salute Prince. I salute you. I salute
you back, sir.
My brother, keep on with what you are doing. Keep the good job going on, huh?
Thank you, sir.
God will bless you the more.
Amen.
The only area I want to comment is, you see, this Wike of a guy, the federal capital minister, so to say, Abi.
Go ahead.
You see, I think it's just happened on the Nigerians, the docility of Nigerians. It just happened on that to act whatever he's acting. Otherwise, I don't see the reason why somebody who is another party will just be in another party and is just commanding, doing whatever he wishes, whatever he likes, he does it, and nobody questions him, nobody calls him to order. Haba, my dear sister and my brother, see what is happening now. Do these people mean well for the common Nigerian?
They say they do.
Or the common Nigerian, do they mean well?
They say they do.
Let's tell ourselves the bitter truth now. Look at the things going on. And nobody calls, the president is there. He can't call him to order. Just maybe according to them, because of 2027. And so what? Must we all die before that 2027 that he cannot call this man to order? God bless you. Good night.
Thank you.
And I think we need to say this. I don't think Mr. President has intention of calling Wike to order, because from what I heard and from what I've read, I heard the president actually calls him the capacity minister. Yes.
Capacity.
And he was brought on board because the president is impressed with all the good things he did in
Rivers State. And the things he's doing.
Starting from being a local government chairman, chief of staff, to two-time governor. So these were all the praises that was heaped on him, I think today or yesterday, by the Senate president, who attended the book launch in respect to his birthday. So it's more like, okay, they just believe that he's doing what Mr. President wants him to do. But then in doing that, I think leadership is not about inflicting pains on the people. Leadership is about, suiting the pains of the people. And our leaders need to begin to understand that it is their responsibility to take the burdens off the shoulders of Nigerians and not to add more burdens to what they're presently experiencing.
All right. Okay. Thank you. And then this message I have here says, good evening, Precious and Prince Francis Chilaka. If there is land documents and are not properly done, and they are not properly done, why can't Wike ask them to come forward and rectify their documents? Must he demolish people's houses in this very harsh economy? And I believe some lawmakers might have lands in Abuja and have documents, and maybe they have document issues, or maybe have document issues too. That's why they are afraid of talking to Wike. Precious, warn your future boss. Warn your future boss Wike that nothing lasts forever. Chief Odo sent in that message. Not be small future boss. Don't give me profession finish. All right. This message here says, look, the woman has rightfully voiced out her feelings about the inanity of Nigeria. Which woman is that now? I think I'm reading it wrong.
The one, the woman that her house is about being taken.
Okay. I can only say my regards to the platform, to the trial. Okay, and it says these three by oh please. Okay, so may I also greet the fellow? Oh please, forget about this too. Thank you. I appreciate you. And all right. Okay, you said I should confirm my news for you. That's not true. That is not true. At least as much as I can say, that's not true. But I'll make further inquiries and I'll get back to you. And this here says, I concur with Chilaka that Delifaro to me may allow himself to be crucified like Jesus Christ so that our judiciary can work in Nigeria. Churchill from will it change anything?
It will change.
He no go die for nothing. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Change.
Hello. I don't understand this. Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello, are you there? Oh dear. All right. And then, all right. So this here says, okay, let's see if I can go back to those calls again. Hello, are you there?
Good evening, Bishop.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you.
Please, thank you. Please, Mr. Sunday. I called on a Kamijide show that I need work. So on Thursday, one man demanded for my number. So I don't know in case if the man come back, he demanded for my number that he has work for me. In case if the man come back, my number, you can give him my number, please.
All right, no problem. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. All right, thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you, sir. All right, this says Oriental Oil and Gas is owned by Arthur Eze Anupo from Anambra. I said, no, I don't think so. I said, tell the angry caller that the storage facility is to be used for storage of crude oil offshore Nigeria. Prior to this time, all the oil majors lease storage facilities, and that's what he said. Okay. And I would have to confirm that the Oriental I know is also owned by the Ndimi I mentioned. Greetings, precious and princesses Chilaka. Congrats to Fubara, Rivers people of Nigeria for their legal victory. But it's not Uhuru yet. Wike will continue to fight till the end because he knows that his relevancy is delivering the state to APC. Any day Tinubu is no longer sure that Wike will deliver APC, he will be dropped one side. May God save him, or may God save us. That's what you said. Hello, good evening and welcome. Are you there?
Good evening, Precious.
Yes.
Good evening, my friends.
Welcome.
I love your program. You guys are doing a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I listen to your program. It's not like prescription, morning, afternoon, and night. Okay. So, yeah. So, what I just want to comment on is the issue of this Afe Babalola and Adeki. You see, the thing is, with what is going on now, it is obvious that the man is just he's just telling us that there is a bit of truth in what the young man wrote here. Because if you cannot go through the legal procedure to do something, and you're showing power or misusing authority, and also showing that you have order from above and all those things, it's not done the right. That's not how to do things. You need to go through the process, and I believe that for them to be in that position for that period of time, they should know the right thing to do. You can see how long it took them to bring Bello to court, and you can see how fast it was for them to leave Ekiti all the way to Lagos to pick up somebody. Now you are giving somebody 50 million naira bail for a case that is not a crime. And you are giving another person 500 million naira bail for a criminal offense. And I'm trying to understand how we got here. You can see that we are really in a serious problem. And I'm praying that
can you tell me what is really wrong with that? I want to understand. Can you help tell Nigerians?
What is wrong with
what is wrong with the analysis you made? Yes. With the bail condition.
What I'm saying is that a case whereby somebody stole money, like it's a criminal offense, and you are giving that person I'm trying to tell you that the way they deal with issues is not they aren't using justice. The system is not really favoring the poor. So what they are not telling us in essence is that in this country, the poor, if you get into a problem as a poor man, you are going to really suffer. But if you get into a problem as somebody that is well known, the system will not, it will treat you lightly. This is a country where bandits are being radicalized. What was the word? I don't really get. Honestly, I just hope that one day all these things will just be an history. Nigeria to me, it's a local government. It's not a country. We have a long way to go. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, this here says, this message here from Mazi from Germany says, honestly, you guys did something with my WhatsApp calls. Are you serious, Mazi? You can't call us again? Probably I'm put on suspension. That's not true. That's not true. Your WhatsApp is clear from here. I can't see anything. Oh, no way, Mazi. Your WhatsApp is clear. That's why I can read your message. I think the WhatsApp calls have generally been very bad lately. It's not because anyone did anything. Oh, Mazi, we really love to always, get your reaction on our shows here. Please forgive us. All right, let me go to YouTube now. Okafor Chidiberry says, make on a chop. Okay, speaking about the initial tag. All right, Johnny Benibo, I see you. Michael DK said, Wike will just end up just like that. Gaspix 2003 says, God will punish those. God, excuse me, I take that back. I said, may you not be well with those who put Nigeria in trouble through their corrupt systems. That's what you said. Take that first back. Apologies. George Lucia says, and they are looking and begging for foreign investment. Olukemi then says, is this Babalola man a despot? I don't understand what you mean by that. Why is it that one man has so much powers? If you have issues with a publication, why not take it to court and argue, ask for evidence the writer has? Why is he using government apparatus to perpetuate wickedness? That's the question you asked. Busy Brain then says, good evening, PNP. What a country. How can somebody be alleged of over 80 billion misappropriation and the person gets 50 million bill? May God help us. 500 million. Half a billion. You see, it's 1 billion. No, it's half a billion rather. It's half a billion naira out of the 800 and something. Just like you're removing 1 billion from. Okay, forgive me. I didn't talk, but I see little mistakes. Says Prince, your speeches today is superb. Keep it up. That's what he said. But I go back to Mazi. Apologies. Ikoku from Jakonde says, please forget about the money they want to borrow. They will share it among themselves. Precious, please remember me. I have problem. Ikuku, please. Thank you. Dele Farosimi's case, the world can see there is Aka what? Aka enwe. In it. What does that mean? Aka enwe. Aka enwe. What does it mean? It says they should, as a matter of urgency, release him. Everything stated in the book is what is playing out right now, so there's no case anymore. Do you believe the book is playing out? Ezekiel sent in that message. What does Akenwe mean?
Akenwe means hidden hand.
Okay. Good evening. All Wike gives River State to this government. This is why he's doing what he's doing. Shakonde greet you all. And then this says, does immunity cover Wike? Nothing lasts forever.
No, there's no immunity.
Is now Idi Amin of Nigeria be? Okay, Elder Dikane Owo from Mafoluku sent in that. And this says World Bank and China are planning strategically to take over Nigeria before 2027. To do what with it? Because that is their agenda. Who told you? Instead, Nigerians should protest to the world body to stop giving Nigerians government loan. CC from Lagos sent in that message. And then this here says, Precious, greetings to you and Prince Chilaka. Please, can the action taken by Babalola take place in countries like US? I think this should have been an ample opportunity for investigation on what was written by Pharaoh to me. Instead of twisting him. No matter how Babalola tries, he has already exposed himself through these actions. Daniel from Agege Center, that's your take. Precious, I hope say Peter Osifo don't hear the good news from PH. Why are you guys trolling others? And then this says, Precious, I know there will be land for you in Abuja, immediately you start working for Wike. Start planning on what you want to do. You guys should leave me now. I say precious. So our government, they tell me, say, if I steal a goat, they will give me bill of providing just the tail of the goat. Those guys are Uche Chiku from Emmanuel. And then this says, please, poor Nigerians should have money for the judge in case you have a case in court too. And then this here says what it says, Aken means monkey hand. Then you say it's another corner hand. Another kind of monkey hand. Okay, Lagos, let's take a quick breather. We'll be right back. Now, after this break, we'll get straight to our step-down conversation. And on our step-down conversation tonight, we want to look at, some cases where couples bring their issues to the full glare of an entire church congregation. What's your opinion on that? Should there be a different way to handle marital issues? Should it be privately with the man of God, or should it be in that public glare? And what is really the motive behind having such cases publicly? And what would you do differently if your wife and you are in that case? I play you a soundbite of a case study, and we'll get back to the conversation. Phone lines are still open, 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. WhatsApp is 0817-175-6333.
Following other men.
I know they follow men. Now you don't cross me when you say yes. I bought for us.
She is the one marrying me. I'm not the one marrying her.
He's accusing me that I'm following another, that I'm going outside.
What happened? He said you are following other men.
I know they follow men.
But you know they follow men.
Follow men.
Okay, now only one.
I don't follow anybody.
Not be men you they follow. Now only one you they
I
follow.
don't follow anybody. Now only I know. Now since we put money for my head. Now only you don't cross me when you say yes. I bought for us. Since that time, I don't know anybody.
Madam, na church you do.
I know, sir.
Na church you do.
I know.
He say message for your phone. Who send the message when he see for your phone? Who call you for phone?
Now my neighbor call me. That man, waiting make and call me. The time when I hold microfinance money. So as they bring police, come they chase me up and down. So now the man say no. You know what? Allow police carry me come out. Say we dey for area together. Then the man come on money, he pay. So the time I promised the man to bring the money, I no get the money. Then I come like they postpone the man. I will come today, I will come tomorrow. But I no get the money. If I go there, I come they explain story. So as the man call me, I thank God that they did around. And I pick the call. Then the man tell me, say, man, destiny, you there? I said, yes. I said, you to say I did church. I said, no, I not go church today. I don't come back. He said, but you promised me, say you'll come. Then first day now, I not say. I said, I no come. He said, what of it? I said, yes, I no come. Because I get
so
the reason why.
That's what the man heard when he was saying, I no see you yesterday.
Yes.
I no see you.
It's because of the money.
So you say, they take care of you now?
They take care of me. As I did, if I not borrow money, I no fit chop.
Why they take care of them?
Hello, praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
The Bible says, step of a good man ordered by the Lord. The Lord brought me here. They will bring goods for me in Kanu or in Kaduna or somewhere. I will send my wife, go and took the goods. When I send money to my wife, he will divide the money into two. I will buy half, he will took the money of the half. So I don't know the meaning of those things. She will divide the money, daddy.
Into two.
Into two, he will buy half, he will took the half of the money.
What did they make you the vex for woman where don't buy 5 for you? Now because of say you feel say she they go outside. Or you get another character.
No, you not getting nothing when you do me.
He they respect you.
I know if you explain that one. That one a long story, daddy. It's a long story. She is the one marrying me. I'm not the one marrying her.
What does that mean?
You can't understand, daddy. You know the meaning of marriage. Marriage is when your God tell you to do this thing, you do it. So as long as you are not doing what the man say, you are on your own. Okay. The man on his own.
Okay, like she's the one controlling you.
Yes. He get the time, this man, when he want use me do ritual. But this God say no. God not agree.
God not agree.
After God expose
God not agree.
Yes, God not agree.
God say no. God say no.
All right, Lagos, you heard that. That's our step-down conversation tonight. What would you rather couples do than this open and public, I don't want to call it embarrassment, perhaps judgment, public judgment of their marital issues? Prince Francis Chilaka, you were almost pissed off while I was playing that.
The funny thing is that the church is taking up a responsibility and is turning the whole thing into mockery. Yes, the church has lost it.
How?
This is drama. If the church has nothing good to tell its congregation, why bring such inanities to the public? This is the height of mediocrity. This is the height of stupidity. It is not the responsibility of the church or the congregation to solve marital issues. So why would you bring husband and wife for them to come and watch the dirty lilies in church? And then tomorrow you want them to go back and live together as husband and wife? The church is aiding and abetting divorces here and there. And it's high time we call all these our men of God to order. They shouldn't take what they're not supposed to. They shouldn't chew more than enough. For me, this is rubbish.
Oh, wow. All right, phone line 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. WhatsApp is 0817-175-6338. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Yes, you're welcome.
Good evening, this is my first time calling, and I want to say hello to everybody, and God bless you all of you, and bless you, Madam Precious.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. You want to jump in on the step down? Make a ring gum now. Don't give me the bell. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, bye. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello, Precious.
Hi, Jovo.
How are you?
I'm great. How about you?
I'm doing great, Precious.
Thank you. Go ahead.
How's Promise going?
Promise is fine at the backyard where she always is.
The wise prince.
Wise prince of Chilaka.
If I did not hear you today, the wise prince, my week could not be complete. I'm not happy.
If you know what's in my mind, right, to say be one talk, you know, like know that.
I just kept quiet.
Joval.
Yes, I kept quiet and I was listening. Yes, Precious.
If you know what is in my mind that I thought you were about to say, don't worry. You don't want to know. Go ahead.
Okay, I know you will tell me later one day. Precious.
Sir?
What kind of step down is this one now?
Step down on my
Step down. What kind of please, are we permitted to know the name of this church or the pastor, if not the church?
I think I saw Apostle Johnson Suleiman.
What is that, Precious? This is something he would have just locked this man and his wife in one room and then
flog them.
Hear them out and then scold them, tell them what they are supposed to be doing. Not this one. The man is not making us to look at this woman as if she is now criminal.
No.
He will send her something. She will divide the money. Oh my goodness!
It is testimony. It is testimony.
Oh, yeah, sorry, come on.
The church has lost it. A lot of men of God have lost it.
You're on public radio, sir.
It's the truth.
We may see you for defamation, sir.
Today is Friday, so I don't want to be upset.
Don't be angry on a Friday.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
I'll see you on Monday.
I'll see you on Monday. Joval.
Yes, Precious.
Go to YouTube, Precious in your TV. Come back and tell me what you see by Monday 7 a.m.
Okay, I will go, but before that, before that, I'll do that, Precious. Before that, remember that Precious means aim, and that.
You've joined Dr. Dejabi.
Precious. Bye.
Thank you. Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello. Yes, you're welcome. Go ahead.
To your wonderful guest.
Thank you.
Yeah, on this step down something. There's something we are really getting on. As a head of a denomination, I expect what they're supposed to do, because if you read from the Old Testament into the New Testament, God, even when Moses was leading the Israelites out of Egypt to the promised land, and he told them, appoint certain elders and those who are supposed to take charge of certain knowledge enough to be able to consult, give them consultation on how to work their marriage well. You leave it to those who are trained, who have the knowledge enough to be able to put them together.
So, are you saying that pastors are not knowledgeable enough to take care of marital issues?
No, they are knowledgeable enough, but in that aspect of having the professional part of it, it is by trained professionals.
All right, I have someone on hold. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Alexa. Thank you. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello, good evening. Hey, Pressure.
Hey, Faulkner. How far?
Yeah, what's up, Grandpa lady? So, I'm just going to jump into the matter. I think it's just points of situations whereby you have pastors and couples like this that which you could tell they are both uneducated and they kind of need public guidance. But church has just turned into situations whereby they just talk nonsense and you can't even help the family. You're just basically just embarrassing the family and turning into like a testimony testimony version, which is just totally wrong. I think church just needs to have their place as church and let other people that knows how to deal with situations like this handle those kind of cases like this. No, I think that's my own take.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right. Okay, so I'll take a few messages. I start from YouTube, where it says somebody whose name is Inyi asking what Aka Inwe means. You really would force me to understand every language in the world, right? Please, can you tell them where I'm from, Prince Francis Chilaka? Because the fact that I bear precious, do you know that the Ikwere people of River State bear precious Inyi? And do you know that what Enwe may mean in Ikwere language is not what it means in your language? So please, you guys should really calm down and stop all this. I'm from River State. And even if I'm from Delta State, there are different variants of Igbo language. And what one thing means in your dialect of Igbo may not be what it means in another person's dialect. So I hope you understand that and stop all of those shenanigans. Davies then says, birthday gifts for Wike. He will continue to lose relevance. Oh God, please stop that. Peter Ndubisi says Nigeria is okay. Okay, I see you. Let me go to YouTube. WhatsApp. Lots of reactions on WhatsApp. Chifudo says a marital cases should have been settled amongst the couple's family, since we have different customs and traditions and ways of settling such cases. Bringing it to church must be in front of pastor alone and not congregation. And this says it's not good to be exposing family issues in public, and the pastor needs to stop the public stuff. It looks like this is now a trend, though, because it's
a trend now.
It's now going around.
That's why I said because they no longer have what to preach. They no longer have what to preach. The churches have always been busy with tithe and offering. So now the reality is done. We need people to preach about immorality. Take us back to immorality. Preach to people on how to go to God, how to meet God, not preaching inanities.
All right, Tochuku Adiele Thompson from Abanikoro says, yes, it is rubbish. I concur with your guest, Prince Francis Chilaka. Ikoku from Jakonde says, good evening, VOP. Please, that pastor and the husband and wife are disgracing God and man together. Not just God, though. They are disgracing all of them together. He says, this is just drama. You can't solve marital issues such way. It is wrong. Olakunle from Bagada sent in that. I better rather. Is it the court that should treat the matter? Judgment should start from the church, Chilaka. The way you are portraying the church should not be. Also, not every church is church. Many of this church are from the east. Chilaka, calm down. Read your Bible daily. Wow. And I'm disappointed at the pastor using the poverty and vulnerability of the couple to shine, making a mockery of Christianity. Ezekiel from Ejigbo sent in that. And this says here, I think I missed that message already. Okay, I missed that message. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Going back to my phone lines. Hello, good evening and welcome. Did I lose you? I didn't mean to. Did I lose you? All right. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, please. Welcome.
Yeah. First time caller.
Please help me quench your radio now. First time caller. Thank you. Quench it first.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Congratulations. Go ahead.
Yeah. The matter with the church issue. Yes, the pastor has done the wrong thing. He's not supposed to put those allow that such discussion in the church program like that. To at least has assign the matter with elders in the church, with some group in the church to handle church. And again, you calling the name of the pastor, I charge you for that, precious, because if it were in a government you say you cannot say it. Why do you have to call the name of the pastor?
Somebody asked a question, and I clarified the voice that they heard. Besides, it's all over social media, my brother. So go and rest here. No vex. It's all over social media, so you can go there and see it for yourself.
It's all right. Against your FP. You
shade me, Abby. You're shading me. What color of shade is that? Thank you. I appreciate you. All right. This says, what's that question again? What's that message? Let's see. All right. This here says, Precious, I go with Prince Francis Chilaka. Okay. And then this here says, Precious, please tell Prince Chilaka that without pastor's intervention in family matters, almost there would have been broken homes everywhere today. So pastors have really helped in joining families together. With the testimony, this marriage has been dissolved by itself. Totally wrong, making it public on air. Virtually, the whole world has had this. It is wrong. Elder Dickin Owo from Mafaloko sent in that message. All right, Prince Francis Chilaka, your part in short.
Well, my parting shot is simple. That leadership is about caring for people, showing love, showing empathy. Wike needs to understand that. Wike needs to retrace his steps. Wike needs to understand that there is life after holding an office, and that the people you're displacing and the lands you're grabbing and all of that, no comment.
No comments. All right, I have a comment. My name is Precious Enyi. Thank you to everyone who's been part of the show. Have you followed me like my village people on social media? On Facebook, I'm at Precious Enyi. Instagram, I'm at Precious Enyi Official. And Twitter, I am also at Precious_Enyi. Enyi is spelled ENYI, and it means friend. And on YouTube, my most active social media, I'm at Precious Enyi TV on YouTube. As Dr. Digi would now join me to say, Enyi means friend. And I love to be your friend till the end. Whatever happens, ensure you protect your mental health. I have a package and surprise for you on my YouTube page. Go and see it and let's talk about it on Monday. I see you again on Monday. Hopefully, have yourself an amazing evening. And again, protect your mental health. Happy weekend. Good night.